Welcome everybody to a look at a new Criterion Collection release, and it is 1991's Thelma and Louise, which is presented on 4K. There's also a Blu-ray disc with extras on another Blu-ray disc as well, and this is directed by Ridley Scott, who also did the likes of The Duelists, Alien, Blade Runner, Gladiator, Kingdom of Heaven, and The Martian. So this is a road drama with elements of comedy and romance and adventure as well, and all mixed in. Clock's in at 129 minutes long, stars likes of Gina Davis, who was in Beetlejuice, The Fly, Quick Change, Cutthroat Island, and The Long Kiss Goodnight, as well as Susan Sarandon, who was in The Meddler, In the Valley of Elah, The Client, Robert and Frank, and James and the Giant Peach, as well as Harvey Keitel, who was in the likes of Mean Streets, which we've talked about recently, so he's in another brand new 4K release for 2024, as well as Bad Lieutenant, Copland, Blue Collar, The Duelists, and Reservoir Dogs. And finally, Michael Madsen, who was in the Kill Bill films, as well as Reservoir Dogs and Donnie Brasco. And in supporting roles, you've got the likes of Christopher McDonald, Brad Pitt, and Stefan Tobolowsky. So yeah, whilst on a short weekend getaway, Louise shoots a man who had tried to rape Thelma. Due to the incriminating circumstances, they make a run for it, and thus a cross-country chase ensues for the two fugitives. Along the way, both women rediscover their strength of their friendship, and surprising aspects of their personalities and self-strength in the trying times. So after three great films in a row, The Duelists, Alien, and Blade Runner, Ridley Scott had a bit of a lull in good efforts, but this more than showed that he hadn't lost his touch, as he expertly directs a fantastic cast who had a superb script to work with. The cinematography is also excellent, with the locales being beautifully shot. The score is great, it is well paced, has on point character interactions, the plot is engrossing throughout, the ending is incredibly brave but also satisfying, and it even has some good action in it as well, with the final act, for instance, having a really rather decent car chase. So yeah, this is a overall fantastic release from Criterion. The 4K itself looks excellent. I like the new artwork that's going on as well. And yeah, it slides out to reveal the fact that there's a booklet in here and the three discs, all different colours, kind of the colours of the movie, to be honest. You've got the red, which kind of represents the sunsets, and the fact that a lot of it is set in like hot locales. Then you got the green, which represents the 1966 Ford Thunderbird that they're driving around in, and then this kind of sandy color, which represents a lot of the desert that they're in at times as well. So yeah, like nice color themed discs there. Or I might just be reading too much into that, but regardless. And then on the back, you can fold out that, which, as you can see, has the iconic Ford Thunderbird there. Love that car. Really nice to see it being used so extensively in a film. And yeah, we also get a booklet to go alongside with it, which has parts of the script on the booklet itself. And inside we have casting credits. Then we have three routes through Thelma and Louise. So we have the How the West Was Won, Jessica Yang on Ridley Scott and Callie Corey's genre bending. Then we get Bringing to Life, Rachel Syme on the iconic performances by Gina Davis and Susan Sarandon. And then we get At the Wheel, Rebecca Traister on the movie's feminist legacy, and then About the Master as well. So, yeah, Thelma Louise is presented in its original aspect ratio of 239:1. This new digital transfer was created from the 35mm original camera negative, which was scanned in 4K resolution on a Laser Graphics Director film scanner. The 5.1 surround soundtrack was remastered from the original LCRS magnetic track. On the 4K Ultra HD disc, the feature is presented in Dolby Vision HDR, and on the Blu-ray it's presented in high definition SDR. Mastering supervisors were Lee Klein, Ridley Scott, and then in terms of colorists, you have Stephen Nakamura / Company 3 from Santa Monica, California, and the disc mastering was done by Pixel Logic Media. So yeah, a lot of work has gone into transferring the film to 4K, which is always a good sign. And like I said, yeah, the 4K element does look pretty great. And in terms of on the discs itself, you've only got the film itself on the 4K, but on the Blu-ray you do have extras. Oh no, actually on the 4K there were two commentaries, in fact. Yeah, the commentaries featuring Scott, screenwriter Callie Corey, and actors Gina Davis and Susan Sarandon. and then I think there were new interviews with Scott and Curie on the disc as well. But then on the Blu-ray second disc, you have documentaries featuring Davis, Corey, Sandra, and Scott, actors Michael Madsen, Christopher McDonald, and Brad Pitt, and other members of the cast and crew. Then you have Boy and Bicycle from 1965, Scott's first short film and one of his early commercials. Then you got the original theatrical featurette, storyboards and deleted and extended scenes, and including an extended ending with director's commentary. Then you got a music video for Glenn Frey's Part of Me, Part of You from the film soundtrack, and trailer as well as English subtitles for the deaf and hard of hearing. So, yeah, overall, a really, really good release. My only real issue with it is the price. As per usual, when it comes to Criterion films, I feel like they're a little bit on the pricey side of things, and especially if you compare it to other 4K releases from other boutique labels. Chief among which would be from something from last year, which was Eureka's Masters of Cinema release of Touch of Evil. Now, this has a much better box art, not box art, box quality, because it is a lot tougher. It's a proper hard box, whereas with this one, it is quite flimsy. And at the end of the day, yes, this was £7 more, but that's because, yeah, I just don't think £7 more is, you know, at the end of the day, what £7 more worth in quality. It's a lot more in quality than that. So yeah, it means it's just going to get easily damaged a lot more. And then, as much as I do like the fact that they do this kind of thing with their, you know, their cases and whatnot, have some nice artwork on it. At the end of the day, it doesn't hold the booklet in very nice. It can fall out very easily. It's also easy to damage the booklet, as it was on mine. As you can see, it's slightly scoured the edging there because it, you know, clips into the either the discs or the bits that hold the discs in and whatnot. And yeah, it just gets easily damaged. And then, you know, you've got the corners of this as well that are easily going to fold over. Trixie, get off the bed. She's getting on my bed. So yeah, the corners of this can get easily damaged. Whereas obviously with Eureka's releases, you get a solid plastic case. Now, it's not as glamorous, granted, but it is something that's more hard wearing and it will last out a lot longer. And then on top of all that, you know, we had a much thicker booklet with this Touch of Evil release. So there's a lot more writing, a lot more pictures and whatnot in there. And yeah, we also had multiple versions of the film as well, all on 4K. So yeah, we had what was it? We had the 95-minute version, 109-minute version, and 110-minute version across two 4K discs. So you're getting two 4K discs, whereas you're only getting the one with this, and it's only £7 more. I just don't see where the pricing comes in for Criterion. They just seem to be a little bit overpriced, but a lot of people do pay for them. I'm guilty for that, but I do try and limit how much of Criterion films I buy purely because of how expensive they are. I was in fact trying to get the Todd Browning's Sideshow Shockers. I was intending to get that, but then thankfully I got it bought for Christmas. So yeah, but I wouldn't have bought it myself because again it was quite a pricey release. So yeah, it's a great film. I just wish it was a little bit cheaper because at the end of the day, I just don't think the price reflects the physical quality of the film. Although the film itself is great and the 4K looks excellent and the booklet is nice and I like the new artwork that it's got going on. But I just wish if, you know, you're going to price it at £30, then at least, you know, compete with the other people that are pricing theirs at around that price as well. But still, that's the only real complaint, and that's just a personal feeling, to be honest. When it comes to the film and the 4K element and whatnot, it's an excellent release, and yeah, likely to be one of my favourites of the year. But nonetheless, thank you for watching. If you've seen this film before, I'd like to hear your thoughts on it, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.